So a long while back, my wife and I took a meditation retreat at the Chopa Center when it was in La Jolla, California. It was 3 days where the purpose was to not talk. You actually pay money to have the instructor say, stay silent. Now, since I lead workshops, I had to admit it's kind of a brilliant scam. Have people pay money and then say nothing to them. Damn, that would have saved me so much time in content development. So the instructor, well, he really didn't instruct much, so let's call him the facilitator, was a guy named Francis. He was an African from Senegal, and he was the calmest, most unaffected human being I think I might have ever met. Every time I'd ask him a question, or I'd get frustrated because I couldn't get my mind to quiet, or I'd try to analyze my situation, he'd just say to me simply, "Does not matter," and wave his hand like that. "Does not matter," is all he would say over and over, almost like a prayer. What he was saying is, well, it doesn't matter. None of it does, really. It's quite a profound thought, in fact. Think about it. It doesn't matter. What if that is true? What if none of it matters? I was watching a History Channel a while back, and they were trying to explain the history of time. And so they said it in an analogy form. They said, if you were to put your foot in the Pacific Ocean, which is right over here to my left, and you walked all the way across the continental United States of America, so that's through Arizona, through New Mexico, through Texas, through Oklahoma, through Kansas, through Missouri, through Illinois, through Indiana, through Ohio, through Pennsylvania, all the way to the Empire State Building in New York City, marking present day. Okay, and let's call that the totality of all time on Earth. Now, on that timeline, the beginning of mankind on that timeline would start about 3 feet from the front door of the Empire State Building. 3 feet. That's how brief of a period we've all been here. All mankind. All those who have lived through the Paleolithic era, the agricultural era, the Persian Empire, the Roman Empire, the Dark Ages, the Renaissance, the Industrial Revolution. In all of that, you have 3 feet to fit all the wars, all the revolutions, all the crusades, all the uprisings, all the revolutions, all the plagues, the famines, the epidemics, the depressions, the kings and queens and kingdoms and regimes and dynasties. We have entire civilizations of people that we don't even remember or recount by just referring to them in a single word, like Mayan or Sumerian. All that fits into those 3 feet. So do you. So that means your whole life, not just the thing right now that you think is so important, a recent failure, a rejection, an embarrassment, the upcoming meeting that you're so nervous or worried about, the thing you think is so important, that thing, and well, your whole existence is inside that 3 feet, inside the 14.6 million feet. That makes your entire life existence, right here, your life existence, a mere blink of a firefly traveling at night. That is how much it doesn't matter. Now, while that might seem a little bit uninspiring to think about your whole life, your whole existence in the grand scheme of time doesn't really matter, I find it incredibly liberating. I think we make way too much of everything. We think we are so freaking important. We think that what we're doing is so important. We think this whole issue that we're worried about, that we're all twisted up about, is so important. It's not. It doesn't matter. This should free you to try new things, experiment, go for things, and allow yourself to fail. Don't worry about embarrassment. Don't worry about what other people think. Have a grand adventure while you're here. If you stub your toe, just know it doesn't matter. Whew. See? It's relieving, right? When you realize it doesn't matter. You are no longer hostage when it doesn't matter. You can get out of your head, the torture chamber of worry and anxiety and stress, tension and fear and nervousness. All that goes away. When you zoom out and look at the situation in the grand scheme of time, you gain perspective on just how critical and life-altering everything is or is not. It just doesn't matter. That retreat was 15 years ago. But I evoke Francis nearly every day. I often evoke Francis to help settle a debate with my wife. As I will say in the famous words and accent of our beloved Francis, "Hey darling, it doesn't matter." Now admittedly, it doesn't always work, but it works often enough.